Okay, welcome back, you glorious. Every time, I always fix myself in my chair, like, right after I start recording. It's like, I know I'm going to. Like, I know I need to. But then I am like, I'm just gonna hit the record button. And then I hit the record button, and then I'm like, time to take 30 seconds out of this video just by fixing myself in my chair. So, hi, how's it going? I hope you guys are doing well. You guys doing well? You better be doing well. If you're not doing well, go do something fun. Go be happy. Go do something happy. Do something you want to do. Cool. All right. Okay, back to the story. It's been a week because, it's me and I can't ever consistently record anything. So, yeah. Jet seems oh my gosh, there's where I just tried to wipe my monitor because right here on her jacket looked like a hair on my monitor, so I was like, get that off. Jet seems conspicuously pensive as she rises to head over to a machine. Just as she turns to leave, she stops and looks back at me. Match, do you think that teammates have to be friends? Oh, what do you mean? The question is straightforward. Yes or no? Do teammates need to be friends? Yes. I think that's a big part of what makes a good team a good team. It's because, yeah, you can learn to work with someone and be good, but if you also get along with that person and it's more of a reason to try to do better. I don't know. I think it is very important. What? Of course they should. Why wouldn't you want to be friends with the people you live and practice with? It's not that simple. What are you supposed to do if your teammates can't perform and need to be replaced? I guess that is the hard truth. Me and Razzle's wingman career is going far, but I think it's time I break the news to Razzle. I suck at CSGO and he should totally find a better partner, because I'm holding the man's back. No. I kid. I'm too stuck up to admit my faults. It's not that simple. Okay. What if your friendship keeps you from offering honest criticism? The type that hurts to hear. Nobody is expected to be friends with their coworkers at an office job. You act cordial and work with one another to get something done. That's it. There's no reason that esports should be any different. It's not the same. Can you honestly say that you'd be as motivated to turn around a losing set for a bunch of strangers over your friends? You're not being realistic. In any case, you did well to recruit Stunt and Reva, and I appreciate it. I'll take care of the rest. Be around Golden Zone Fire every day for the next week or so, and practice. Practice a lot. She answers my nod by taking off in Stunt's direction. Where is she? After all it took to convince her, Reva better not have changed her mind without telling me. Maybe she's the type to always be running late. This is the first time I've been back to the VSL studio since the qualifier. Reva's not the only one who feels out of place. I'm just about to send her another text when I catch the top of her head coming down the stairs. Get lost in the subway again? My apologies. This is my first time at the VSL studio. Oh. You've never tried to qualify or come to spectate? I don't know why reading shakes her head made me go, ah, yes, shake my head. Oh, I'm stupid. Shakes her head. That's a huge surprise considering she's local. It's easy enough to follow the VSL online, but nothing beats the live experience. Watching the round of four in person. I'm so sorry, I'm bad at reading. I am not good at this. Oh, the round of four in person was one of the first things I did here in I'm still gonna say Seoul. Jet and Stunt are probably waiting for us. Come on. Nearly every seat in the spectator area of VSL studio is taken. It's only with the wave from Jet and Reva that I am ushered past the back rows and into our seats over on the side. Stunt is seated beside Jet and acknowledges us with a smile, and with how differently the four of us are dressed, it's hard for anyone to tell that we're actually a team. Well, I guess it's technically we're not a team yet. Not officially, anyway. With the thought on my mind, I look to Jet and keep my voice low. Do we have a uniform planned? Ah, yeah. I want a team jacket. The uniform we pick is how the team war. Hold up. Time out here. I'm gonna get this word. This is a hard word and I'm gonna get it, by golly. The uniform we pick out comes out of the team's war chest? Is it just war chest? Is that it? Is that supposed to be confusing? Like, hold on. Is that a different word? Am I reading it as two words stupidly, or is this actually supposed to be war chest? Okay, it's stupid for us to splurge when we don't have any results. Stunt's longing stare doesn't fade away until Jet focuses a glare in his direction. Yeah. The production crew is busy at work behind the scenes. There are way more VSL staff members than the stream lets on. People with clipboards and headsets pace the studio frantically, moving from team benches to behind the booths and then back again. Excel sits at one end of the bench with the rest of Crash. Their coach, a balding man with small eyes, a red nose, and a clip-on tie, paces back and forth with his hands in his pockets of his blazer. Most coaches are usually retired players or have management experience. This guy's has got either the latter or nothing. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that he's never played a game of StarCraft in his life. The players of Team Kane sit on the opposite side of the studio. Their coach is far more subdued than the one that I actually recognize. A old B-tier Brood War pro that aged out of his ability to compete. No, that's enough dancing for this episode. Cut that out, future me. No dancing. Stunt leans over Jet to whisper something, but before he can open his mouth, the Victory Star League theme cuts in to announce that the broadcast is about to get started. Korean Star Leagues have a weird fascination with alt rock. I like alternate rock. Or alternative rock and whatnot. I can get with that. The same song from my embarrassing freshman year playlist blast unabashedly to the stadiums of eSport fans. The crowd cheers die down only once the commentator gives their introductions. When I look over my shoulder, I can see the table where they keep the two English casters. The duo is loved for their more laid-back banter than their game analysis. Not that it's anything I'd change. There's no way for me to hear them without getting a headpiece. That'll make me look like a tourist. I'll have to settle for the Korean commentators. Aw. Welcome to the VSTL. Today's first match is an exciting duel between Crash and Kane. Both are very solid teams and have been around from the very beginning of StarCraft 2. I'm eager to see whether or not they show us good games. This is the furthest that Kane has been since the beginning of the StarCraft 2 League. Crash will need to make it to VSTL finals if they wish to share that accomplishment. What? Hold on. Okay, I reread it for myself. My brain got it that time. Indeed, they have a challenging path ahead of them, but I'm only certain that they are capable of returning. Well, I'm certain that they are capable of returning to their former glory. My thoughts are the same. Oh wait, hold on. There's two commentators. Fuck. I give them the exact same voice. Hold on. Shit. My thoughts exactly. Only one of Kane's members remains in the VSL, so they should have had plenty of time to practice for this match. Can the same be said for Crash? Certainly no. Crash's lineup is well tested and proven in the VSL. It's a sure bet they have not neglected to prepare accordingly. Well, there won't be any jokes about cartoons from the 90s, but I should stay pretty well informed throughout the series. An array of multicolored overhead lights announced the first match. Polished motion graphics and meticulously collected player statistics whiz around the display in front of the studio. The VSL studio really has a hype building down to a science. Who do you think Crash is going to send out first? Okay, so this was something I was wondering about since I know nothing of StarCraft. Part of me thought maybe it'd be like a big field with all of them in it and they'd be fighting that way, but no. It's a knockout type thing. Hold on. Water's required. So no, it's a knockout thing. So you like send someone out and the goal is to knock out all of them. Okay. Alright. It's like Pokemon. But the players are the Pokemon. I understand now. Not excel unless they want him getting sniped right off the bat. A nod. A common strategy in Team League is to have their mid-tier players spend all of their practice time preparing for one heavy hitter. There are other things to take into account like the map or the remaining opponents. But there's no doubt that Team Kane has one of their players ready to take down Excel. By the time I glance back at the stage, the first two players are headed to the booths. Excel remains on the bench. Eyes set on the screen, same as the crowd. Is starting. Sure enough, once both players have their seating prepared and the coaches give the go-ahead, the match begins. Spawning in at 7 o'clock position for Team Crash is a blue Protoss player, Jangle. Jangle? Is his name Jangle? That's a beautiful name. His opponent from Team Kane at the 2 o'clock base is Shing. Protoss v Protoss. Close positions? This match won't last long. Mirror matchups are stupid. Protoss versus Protoss. Not PvP, but I guess it would just be PvP. Hold on. Is it stupid to say PvP or Protoss v Proto? Oh well. You don't know of the intricacies. It can sometimes be really intense. Literally every strategy is a coin flip. PvP should be considered gambling and made illegal. Damn! PvP eventually ends with both players on one base. The decision to expand is often too great a risk, especially for the players as close as they are. More so than in any other matchup, mind games are essential to securing an advantage. Reach too far with aggression against a balanced strategy, you lose. Go middle of the road against a tech build, you lose. Tuck up against an attack, you lose. Yay! Oh, no, it's not yay, it's yeah! Jangle and Shing both have opted for a 4 warp gate strategy. Prepare to watch those two clash. It'll come down to their control. Or that can happen too. Even with Jet's grumbling, Stunt looks like he's enjoying himself. After all, this is the type of game he loves. Reva is paying attention, though it's likely only to note that the inefficiencies of Crash and Kane. Both of the Protoss players complete the buildings necessary for their attack simultaneously, but it's Team's Crash player who gets out of the map first. A proxy pylon near the Kane's player's base will allow for quick frontline reinforcements. Things will be going perfect for Crash, if not for one small problem. The attack was spotted. Rather than answer with his own attack, the Kane player is holding on to his units back home. And he's hiding half of them in a small corner of his base. Ooh. I realize what's happening just as the Crash player makes his move. Without proper intel on his opponent, he feints a motion at his opponent's ramp in hopes of learning what he's up against. But the Kane player doesn't even budge. No force field, no panicked chrono boost, nothing. No defense at all. After a moment's hesitation, the Crash player charges up the ramp fully, confident that he caught his opponent in a moment of weakness. For a moment, it looks like it was the right move. He heads forward to disable Kane's infrastructure, and has his exit cut off. The Kane player reveals his hidden units and surges into Crash's force. Even though the battle began with the two at an even unit count, the force field preventing Crash's players to retreat also keeps half his reinforcements from joining up with his main army. Despite some excellent unit control, the dwindling Crash army is devoured by the ambush. Jangle taps out a GG. The first game goes to Kane. An exceptional set by Shing. The key was an exceptional trap set by Shing. The key was the position of his 3 extra gateways, which allowed for the Crash player to catch sight of a single gateway, which led him to believe that there was hidden tech at the back of the base. Excellent and tactical thinking. Indeed, it would have been too risky to find out with certainty what was coming next. He had to act. He should have had a clear path to his opponent's base before showing his units. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That could not have been more stupid. This is what happens in a matchup where scouting past the 3-minute mark is impossible. Kane is fortunate that Jangle hesitated. Had he disabled the forward gateway in time, Crash would have been victorious. I aim my attention back at Crash's bench to see who they're sending next. Axel turns back and whispers to one of his teammates and starts heading to the booth. Finally, some ZVP. Better hope that Shing's all-in or aren't are as pitiful as yours, Stunt. What the fuck did I just read? 2 minutes later, the Crash Zerg stands cross-map with the Kane player. Wait. Hold on, which one walked up? Did his teammate walk up or did Excel? I think Excel stayed and the teammate walked up. So, before that continues, I am going to end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.